So this starts off with Ichigo running around the Soul Society looking for Rukia to basically rescue her. But the whole time, this nigga Ichigo need to save himself. Cause lurking in the corner is a nigga that love fighting. You might as well give this nigga yellow eyes and some Hennessy. But the man is no other than Kenpachi Zaraki. And you know when we see him, shit done got serious. But as Ichigo runs throughout the Soul Society, he get hit with a big ass wave of spiritual pressure. And this got him sweating harder than Usher and Diddy working out with no equipment around. What you mean you in workout clothes sweating with no equipment around? Hey, this shit ain't adding up, gang. But then we finally see him. That man Kenpachi Zaraki, and he looking cold on top of this building. And while he's on this building, he talking about he's finally here. I was beginning to get tired of waiting. Who is this nigga feeling like, bruh? He must not know Ichigo can handle all that. But apparently I wasn't familiar with Kenpachi's game, cause this nigga spiritual pressure alone is making Ichigo tweak out. He talking about his spiritual pressure for like a blade to his neck. Yeah, bro's finished. He's cooked. But not even 10 seconds later, Kenpachi ends up finding Ichigo, and we get hit with one of the coldest intros to a fight. This nigga Kenpachi appears behind Ichigo talking about, "Are you him?" This nigga Ichigo turns around thinking Kenpachi's right behind him, and he's still on this building. All of this in a matter of 10 minutes. You got pressed by someone's spiritual pressure and you got sauced on. Yeah, game recognized game, and you looking kinda unfamiliar right now. But Ichigo turns around and lock eyes with Kenpachi, and at this moment he realized he was not built for this. Cause the amount of fear that's popping out this man's eyeballs, I would've just went home. Rukia just would have to get packed up, I'm sorry. And just when I thought Ichigo was done getting sauced on, this man Kenpachi speed blitzes Ichigo, appearing right behind him. And then he says, "How long you gonna keep looking over there?" Yeah, bro's finna sub him out. He need to go home. Even Rukia inside the prison she's in notices the spiritual pressure and know Ichigo might get cooked. But the fight starts off with Ichigo flexing his spiritual pressure, and what we seen earlier, you already know this shit ain't gonna do nothing. And I wouldn't be surprised Ichigo get packed up the first 5 minutes of this fight. And surprisingly, Ichigo seems to get sauced on again. Yeah, at this point I'm finna just make a sauced on counter. Wait, never. Pause. But this man Kenpachi go and say, "You can get the first swing." Now you would assume this is free eats for Ichigo, cause he's letting this nigga attack him first. But you'd be so mistaken, because this nigga Ichigo swings his sword, it hits but it don't cut. And then this nigga Kenpachi says, "Is that all you have?" Yeah, bro, this gotta be a humiliation ritual. But Ichigo does what any sane person would do when they start losing a fight. Get the fuck out of there. But since Kenpachi got his stats on max and he have chase down artists on Hall of Fame, he get caught up to, and they clash, and Kenpachi is completely overpowering Ichigo right now. He got this nigga on all fours. Yeah, bro's defeated right now. But after Ichigo finished practicing his OnlyFans arch, he tries to run again. This nigga Ichigo running away like he hit his big sibling and he trying to run from the get back. But it takes this man Ichigo 2 minutes to reflect and stop running away being scary. But Kenpachi wastes no time. Once Ichigo stopped running away, he went through a concrete wall just for the fade. Yeah, bro moving different. I wouldn't be surprised he out here biting bricks. But they square off again, and I'm not gonna lie, Kenpachi is just overpowering Ichigo. He's just throwing him around. And I just noticed, this man been doing this with one hand the whole time. Yeah, bro's cooked. But they continue to square off, and guess what Ichigo do again? Nigga put on his Nikes and ran again, just to have a moment of realization again. Yeah, not gonna lie, if I'm that scared of my opponent, I would just call it quits and get packed up. But Ichigo tries to spin the block again, thinking he got this in the bag, and Kenpachi not even chasing him. He's just sitting down waiting for him to come back. But they stand off again, and this time Ichigo finally cuts Kenpachi. And then that main music plays, you know some shot clock cheese finna happen when that main music play. But as they continue to fight in class swords, this man Kenpachi grabs Ichigo's sword, pulling him closer to stab him. And this man Ichigo must have been practicing with UI Goku on Beerus' planet, cause this man hit a ballerina twirl just to avoid the sword. And just when we thought this man Ichigo was done getting speed blitzed after getting speed blitzed at least 3 times in the same arc, this man Kenpachi disappears and end up right behind Ichigo. You might as well add that to the Soulstone counter. But Kenpachi explains to Ichigo why he wears the bells and the eye patch, and explains why he never shout out to his Zanpakuto. Now Ichigo get to talking hot. He talking about saying, "You probably shouldn't reveal the secret about your Zanpakuto." Yeah, bro must not know. But Kenpachi presses Ichigo for getting too confident, thinking he could still win. Then this man put the tip of his blade through Ichigo's sword, piercing his chest. Yeah, bro just might be cooked, I'm not gonna lie. And cooked indeed he was, cause this nigga Kenpachi pulled out the sword, Ichigo's Zanpakuto toe broke, and this nigga collapsed on the floor. And just like that, the video's over.
Cap.
But then we see Zangetsu, and this is when the fight really start getting good. Zangetsu takes Ichigo to his inner world. There is a fight in here, Ichigo versus White Ichigo, but I'm probably not gonna cover it because I'm lazy. My fault. But after they get done fighting over the Frosted Flakes, Ichigo gets sent back to the real world with a mean power up and his Zanpakuto back to normal. Now this just proves that the power of plot armor is crazy, cause he's low-key giving Kenpachi a run for his money right now. And he was just getting dog walked before. But they continue to scrap, and Ichigo kinda is overpowering Kenpachi right now. Like the tables have turned drastically. But let's not speak too soon, cause this nigga Kenpachi takes off his eye patch and start to tweak out. This nigga slicing down buildings with one swing. Yeah, bro need to chill out. It's just a fight, man. But they both start flexing their spiritual pressure, and this scene looks so cold. I hope they ain't getting paid like Mappa employees, because they in the back talking about some penny, nickel, dime. But the animators flex their budget once again, and they go in for the final swing. Ichigo ends up collapsing first, but then right after, Kenpachi ends up collapsing, ending this whole fight with a draw.